So hi there, we're going to give you your reaction to our video that you've seen, our AS Media film at the opening scene. So the first question is, how did you react to this being the opening scene of our movie?
Well, as an opening scene, I thought it was very good actually. I thought it was presented in a very nice fashion. There was some nice shots in there, and I could really establish the genre of the movie straight away.
Thank you. So, how did you react to this being the opening scene of our movie?
Well, I thought it was a quite well-worked and well-filmed opening scene. Instantly, I could recognise the genre of the film was action/thriller, and I thought there was some good variety of camera angles and shots and camera movements in there, which made it all really entertaining.
Thank you. Opening scene of our movie, what genre do you think it is?
I think it was sort of like an action/thriller type based film, because it did look like there were some really exciting scenes which would get you on the edge of your chair and sit, but it made you concentrate. So yeah, thank you very much. That's my response.
Watching the opening scene of our movie, what genre do you think the movie is?
Well, I think the movie very clearly establishes the genre as straight in. It's quite dark and it's very blurry, and it makes it seem really tense and adds a lot of suspense to the film, and it makes it it's clear that it's a thriller from the dark colours in the film. There's nothing bright. Even when it goes to a flashback, it's black and white, and it's a very eerie sound. Just makes it clear that it's quite a thriller type action film.
Thank you. What elements do you think worked best within our movie?
Well, to be honest, I did have to watch the opening scene twice just to pick out all the elements, because there were quite many. I'll just give you my top two. One of the elements which I thought worked well was the lighting in the torture room. It actually really brought the facial features out in the actor played by Dennis Staffer. It brought out his features, and it brought out his emotion and how you can see how he's being tortured and everything. So I thought the lighting in that scene was really good. The second effect that I thought really worked well was the gunshot towards the end of the film. It was really, really good, and it made you your heart pounce out of your chest. Yeah, that's it.
Do you think worked best within our movie?
Well, I think one thing that you did very well, in my opinion, was the lighting. You made it very dark, very eerie. It was very suspenseful, and it just drew the audience in a little more. It just made it a bit more effective, in my opinion. Another thing you did well, you did use a good variety of camera shots, and I think the point of view shots worked really well to get you into the mindset of the main character and to what he's feeling about actually being tied up and being tortured. And also the gunshot at the end was really good, as it was very unexpected that what happened was going to happen. Don't want to spoil it for any of you lot. But yeah, I just thought it was very intense and very well filmed.
After seeing our movie, what do you think can be improved?
Maybe using a more variety of shots, maybe. I didn't really see any long shots in the movie or anything. But yeah, maybe using a more variety of shots, or maybe a better quality of the camera to make the clearer film.
Alright, the next question we have for you is, from watching the opening scene that you have just done, would you continue to watch the movie, or would you just get up and leave?
As it was left on a hanger, you're wondering what's happening next. You want to know what's happening next. Obviously, I would really want to carry on watching the movie.
Thank you. The next question we have for you is, what do you think could be improved within our movie?
Well, overall it was a good movie, but I think one thing that could do with some improving is the dialogue. I think it was very intense, but I think if you had just a bit more dialogue, just to let the audience know, just a bit more what was actually going on, why he's in that situation. The flashbacks work well, but I think with a bit of dialogue, or a bit more dialogue anyway, we would have just had a better understanding of the scene. Although overall I still believe it was really good.
Do you think that the opening scene of our movie is a fair representation of teens in the UK today?
I would like to think that not all teenagers are like that, but obviously in media, how they're presented in the media, I think that is probably the stereotype of young teens in the UK.
Okay, thank you. Do you think the opening scene of our movie is a fair representation of teens in the UK today?
Personally, I don't think it is a fair representation of teens. Although the media does present teenagers as being like quite thugs, sort of, I think this was like really exaggerated. Like it definitely wasn't fair because I think not teenagers don't actually do these things, these like bad stuff. I think it's just really exaggerated representation of teenagers in the UK today.
Thanks. Did you think that the choice of music was right for our opening scene?
I don't actually remember the music. That's actually me being genuinely serious. I don't remember the music.
So do you think that we should improve on our music or the choice of it?
No, I can't really make a fair comment after I don't actually remember the music, but yeah.
Continuing, do you think the music was right for our movie or do you think we should have chose something else?
I thought the music was actually perfect for your film, as it was very eerie and very like quiet. It just had a like suspenseful feel about it. It was very tense. Like you didn't know what was going to happen. It just made the film feel like very eerie, if you know what I mean.
What do you prefer? We use dialogue or us not using dialogue?
I think not using dialogue it had more of an impact because using dialogue could sometimes drag on an opening scene and could sometimes confuse the audience because we want to get to know the characters. So without dialogue, that can happen.
And the final question is, would you pay money and go to the cinema to watch this movie? You wouldn't?
No, I wouldn't. Because the quality wasn't that good.
Alright, thank you. Do you think we should have put dialogue in our movie or left it without dialogue, how it is now?
I think it was okay, but I think maybe a bit more dialogue wouldn't have hurt, as it would have just given a bit more information. Like it would have just given us a clear idea of what the characters were like, what they sounded like. But I think if you'd have put a bit too much dialogue, it would have ruined it because it was quite well filmed, like without much dialogue, as it was very tense. You didn't know what was happening, but a bit more would help a tiny bit, I think.
Alright, and the final question is, would you pay your hard-earned cash to go watch this movie?
I probably wouldn't pay the full price, but I would pay to watch the actual film, just maybe not the same price as in like big blockbuster film, if you know what I mean.
So you do 2 for 1 Orange Wednesdays?
Yes, exactly.
Thank you.